you'd have told me, so you picked him on Saturday, right? Friday night driving home, y'all are going to pick Shedeur. I would say that's not happening. But we had a conversation early that morning, and then we had a conversation later that day. I think we had the right people involved in the conversation. At the end of the day, that's Andrew Berry's call. Andrew made the call to pick Shedeur. Just like who's going to start or what play we're going to call is Kevin's call. But that's Andrew's call. He made the call.
What's going on there, guys? We're back with another one, and I want to talk about Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns quarterback situation heading into week 1 of the preseason in their first game. Now, yesterday it was announced that the Browns had signed Tyler Huntley, and also Shedeur Sanders was the 4th string quarterback. But today, less than 24 hours later, it's been announced that Shedeur Sanders will be the starting QB against the Carolina Panthers in the first game of the preseason. And I knew that the Browns had to see what this guy had to offer. Going into their regular season, they had to give Shedeur Sanders a chance. But it looks like everything is lining up. Kenny Pickett dealing with injuries. I believe they said Dylan Gabriel now has an injury. Flacco, obviously, he don't have to show what he can do in the first week of the preseason as far as the Browns is concerned. So now Shedeur Sanders gets those snaps. My issue with that is he hasn't taken any first team reps in practice, and he will be out there with those guys. Now, granted, he'll take them leading up into the game, but you could have been giving Shedeur reps at the one spot, at QB, just even if it was sporadically, he could have gotten some of those reps. Let's get into this report from Yahoo Sports. It says Shedeur Sanders has been fairly clearly the 4th quarterback on the Cleveland Browns depth chart in training camp. He hasn't taken a rep with the first team offense. He even said he didn't want his father Dion at camp until he worked his way up. Sanders needed to catch a few breaks to get the opportunity he needed to impress coaches, and that fell in his lap. With Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel dealing with hamstring injuries and veteran Joe Flacco not needing playing time in the preseason opener, a report from Mary Kay Cabot of Cleveland.com says Sanders is expected to start Cleveland's preseason opener against the Carolina Panthers on Friday. It really doesn't matter that Sanders will get an opportunity because everyone else around him isn't available. It's an opportunity he wasn't expected to get, and now he has it. What he does with this unlikely chance could be huge for him going forward. You look at Shedeur's journey, to get to this point. First, you have draft night. You have prank calls, all the noise surrounding the draft, the historic fall from first round shoe-in to 5th round pick. You have him being 4th on the depth chart, obviously because he's such a late pick. Him not getting any first team reps, all the noise around that. His father health deteriorating in real time in front of him. Now, thank God that they were able to do the operations they needed, for him to be clear of cancer at this point. But he still has those obstacles, those hurdles. You could tell, his mind is there wanting to be able to help with his father. Then you have these questions in the media. You have the hiccup with the speeding ticket and all that stuff. Only for these injuries to happen just in time. Even though he hadn't been getting first team reps. And we're wishing those guys a speedy recovery too. But what I'm saying is all this is opening up for Shedeur to have his opportunity. They kept him out of the lineup, off the first team as long as they possibly could. But right in time for week 1, he's going to get the first team reps. And he hadn't been playing with those guys. And that's why I was saying the whole time, Shedeur should have been afforded the opportunity to get out there with those guys just in case, especially with his numbers with the second and third teams. And, it was reports that he was even throwing to utility guys out there when he would be standing off. He was staying late for practice. So he was putting in the hours for this very moment to be in front of him. So I expect him to go out there and crush it. I mean, Shedeur is a great football player. I don't understand why people are shocked, when he goes out there and does great things. He's had this in front of him for a long time. And like I said, the pressure that he's going to feel in the NFL, although it'll be greater and from greater players, he's felt pressure like that throughout his time at Colorado. So I think he's going to be quick with decisions. I think he's going to play a good game. And I think they're going to want to see more from him in the next preseason game based off the performance I'm predicting that he will put up this week. Now, let me know what you guys feel about this. This is a huge opportunity for Shedeur and could change the whole way the franchise is going to move forward. So I want to come on and talk about this opportunity. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Also, I'm going to be back with a video about Teddy Bridgewater. Be on the lookout for that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.